Hey guys, Max Scoville here for Destructoid, and I'm with Alex Hutchinson, and you are the creative director for Assassin's Creed 3.
Indeed.
Now this is a big game. This is coming out of I know a lot of people are like, oh look, it's another year and there's another Assassin's Creed game coming out, but this is something else. Can you explain? You guys have been really working on this for a while. What's the story with this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I joined Ubisoft in January of 2010, and pretty much immediately, so right on the tail of finishing Assassin's Creed 2. Bunch of guys joined me, and we've been beavering away on this one for 2 years already. So we're very excited to actually be talking about it.
Oh man, yeah. Now this follows Connor. He's the Mohawk Indian assassin who's half English, and he's taking on the British. Is that correct? It's interesting where people go when they jump to, like, oh, the story, it must be The Patriot starring Mel Gibson, you know what I mean, all that sort of stuff. But no, I think the cool thing is it's still an Assassin's Creed story. So he's still hunting Templars. The story of how he gets involved in the Assassins is sort of the story of the game. And I guarantee you, there are Templars on both sides of the aisle. So there are Patriot Templars and there are Red Coat Templars. This should be interesting. Now for the game, you've got the frontier. You've got this mass of wilderness that has people traversing it. This is traditionally, you're jumping around in buildings, and the new stuff is trees. How are you doing that? You pretty much got to rebuild the whole system there.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough, as I said before, to have a lot of time. So we decided, we were gonna really spend it. So we've rebuilt the fight, we've rebuilt the climbing system. Both of them we feel are stronger than ever. And when we look at the history of the period, when we look at this area and this period of time, it's all about nature. Really, you have weather, you have the wilderness, it's a new settlement. So we didn't think we could do justice to the story without actually embracing it. So we wanted Connor basically to be as nimble in trees, as comfortable in trees, as Ezio and Altair were in buildings. So that was sort of our core driving desire for the character.
Yeah, you showed us some earlier the process you get, and you guys had you mocap people's climbing rocks, and actual rock climbing is in this. This is a thing. That's big. You're changing the way he moves. How different is his movement overall?
So yeah, it's one of those things. When I started, I remember walking over to the animation director and saying, so how many navigation animations are we talking here? And you think a couple of thousand. He's like, I think it's 6,000 to 8,000 animations. So there was a little bit of fear early on that maybe why don't we just add some features to the core? But we really believe that the franchise should be refreshed every now and again, give people something new, really make it new again. So we wanted to rebuild it from the ground up. So we looked at everything from how people climb, cracks in cliff faces to, how people actually navigate in trees, if they navigate in trees. And then we based a lot of the animation on that.
Yeah, it looks incredible. The nature thing is also, it's really awesome. I'm kind of a sucker for any game that manages to nail nature. I haven't walked out of a preview this excited since I saw Skyrim at E3 last year. This is a beautiful game. The snow is incredible. You appealed to the New Englander in me. There's the trudging through 3 feet of snow and having to, you might be like a master assassin, but you still can't run through snow. No one can do that.
No one can run through snow. Yeah, no, horses. We looked at horses. Horses are fine, so that's funny. But no, we wanted winter. The joke we've been telling all the time is that the game is built in Montreal, up in Quebec, and winter is terrifying. It's cold, and it's cold for a long time every year. And in this period of history, you had to prepare for winter. You had to take it seriously. So again, we wanted to do it. We wanted to make a version of winter that was gameplay. So the two big things for us are that all maps, whether it's Boston or New York or the Frontier, have a winter and a summer version.
Oh wow.
And the other thing is that, as you said, like, snow will slow you down, so it encourages you to move in the trees if you're outside. So you can imagine kind of mission fantasies where you're tracking someone from above, from the treetops while they force their way through the snow. It leaves good trails if you're tracking someone, all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So it's good stuff.
And in addition to that, this is the first game that has really animals in it besides horses. You've got wildlife running around. How does that come into play? We saw a bear attack. Are there any fish in the game? Is there
no fish? No, we didn't do fish. But maybe we should. One of our level design directors is a huge fishing game fan. So every week I get an email saying, "How about we prototype
assassinate some fish?
Assassinate some fish. So use the blade."
But yeah, we saw the option to skin animals, and I mean you're a Mohawk Native American, so it's like you've got the hunting and killing and.
I loved it. I loved in a demo. Instead of using every part of the animal like we're told is the case, he just stabs it and just walks away. But what is that? Is that going to be like a side quest to get animal skins, or?
Yeah, it's kind of obviously once you're doing nature, it's a big map. To not have animals in it would seem kind of ridiculous, So we wanted to make sure that we were doing something cool. When we started the game, we thought, what would be really fresh? Animals in an open world game. And I think 4 months later, Red Dead shipped, and we were like, wow, look, it is awesome. The best thing about it was we were like, oh, look, it does work. That's good. We're on the right track. But we need to do something different. So in our game, there's all kinds of activities that are related to being an assassin, obviously. There are other activities that are related to being someone who lives in this time period. So you can imagine that if you go around hunting animals for a while, then someone might see you and come over and offer you, and say to you basically, you're a pretty good shot with that bow. Why don't you join the, New England Hunting Club?
Oh, nice.
And it will open up a section of the city, and you can go in. There will be challenges related to animals, all that sort of stuff. So we really want the game to feel responsive and to sort of push the player to engage with all the different parts of the world.
Well, on a more game-related, less animal-related, I love talking about animals. They're cool. What about multiplayer? What's going on with that? Is it talking about that at all?
Yeah. So there's been a team working on multiplayer as long as we've been working on single player. Obviously, it's been a big part of the franchise now since Brotherhood. So yeah, we're not giving details yet. We want to talk to you guys again at E3.
I had a feeling. I figured you would have mentioned it if you were. What about controlling other people? Like in Brotherhood, are you going to have assassins come help you and stuff like that?
So the great thing is about a new character is that you can go back and say he doesn't need to have everything that the previous assassins had. I'm a big believer that maybe we should have some parts of the game that were awesome, but they're specific to Ezio. Let Ezio be Ezio. Don't say that every assassin is kind of like this agglomeration of stuff. But there are cool things about having friends, in the world and being able to do things. So it's definitely coming back. But we've made a conscious effort to make sure that every mechanic in the game, if you've seen it before, we're at least giving it some new love and making sure that it's tonally not the same, functionally not the same.
Very cool. What about the Wii U? You've said this is going to be on the Wii U. Is that correct?
Yep, we've had a little team now for a while. We've had the Wii U for quite a while now. They've been working away on making sure that we can put it out on the Wii U when we do on 360.
So what's gonna go on the tablet? Can you talk about that?
I don't think we're allowed to at the moment, but we have some ideas.
Is it cool? I mean, I haven't even touched the damn thing.
It is really cool. I think any new hardware has that new hardware smell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something really nice about a new piece of kit in the gaming space, and it's been a while this time since the last sort of home console piece of new kit. So it's fun just to be trying something different.
Very cool. Well, I mean, honestly, the game looks fantastic. It looks very interesting. As someone who was never into the series before, I suddenly just sat bolt upright and I'm paying attention. And how is that going to be? If I jumped into this cold, would I be able to pick it up, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. One of our biggest aims on this was to say, if you've never played an AC before, get on board, it's fine. There's a little bit of backstory, obviously, in the present, but we'll catch you up. But it's a new character, and you're going to play through, a 30-year slice of his life across, covering before the American Revolution, during and after. So it's an easy one to pick up.
Oh man, yeah. Well, you guys have been sitting on this for what, 2.5 years?
2 years.
That's crazy. There was that brief rumor for a second that it was going to be a female assassin in China. What did you guys think of that?
I don't know, people, there's all kinds of rumors. It's fun. Yeah. I mean, it's good. It means that people are passionate, you know what I mean? That people have ideas about it.
Yeah.
But I think you could probably make a good Assassin's game in just about anywhere at any time. So we just wanted to find a space that was fresh, that people hadn't done, and sort of 18th century America seemed good.
Have you put any thought into doing a female star at any point?
For sure.
Yeah.
Every time we start a new one, I was watching them start up on ACB and ACR while I was there, and it comes up every time. So I think one day people who want that will be happy.
Very cool. Are we ever going to see? Is the next 4 games going to be set in colonial times too, or is it going to jump around a bit?
I don't think so. I think that we've got better at planning the franchise from a high level.
Yeah.
So there's a brand team on the game that look at where we're going in years from now, as opposed to right now. Because on the game team, you tend to be heads down, just trying to make it as awesome as you can. And so I think we've got some cool plans even past this one.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, it really impressed me. I'm really excited about this game. I did not see it coming. And that comes out, October 30th?
October 30th.
Oh, 30th. Okay, great. Well, thanks so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
All right.